Hi, welcome to Making All the Plans. I'm Connie, and if we haven't met before, I'm a busy mom of two active kids, and both my husband and I have full time careers. My goal is to share with you how I stay on top of all life throws at me in one planner so that you might be able to do the same. So today I am putting together my March tasks for my Kanban board, and I got started before I hit record, so let's get started all over again. I do have some super sticky post-it notes, and they are the post-it note brand so that I can move these around as much as I need to throughout the month, and they continue to stick. I also have my Muji Point 38 and an erasable pen. The stencil that I use is from Happy Planner, and I like it because it has the boxes at the top, and I can write as many boxes as I need across the page. I think 6 would be the max that I could write on one line, but there are plenty of boxes there if I had a task that I needed to break down into more than 5 steps. But for my videos, I have 5 steps: scripting, videoing, editing, scheduling, and then watch and like. Normally, I do like to use the erasable pen to write dates and even the titles that go on the pink post-it notes, which are videos that I can move around easily. But this month, I am going to try to stick to the plan, and I am just diving right in with the non-erasable pen. So my videos for this month are color coded in the following way. The teal ones are more my weekly and monthly videos that I pretty much do every week or every month. So I like to know that those videos usually take a little bit less time to produce from start to finish just because they follow a specific pattern. The pink post-it notes are all of they may be part of a series, but they usually take a little bit longer to record and edit. And then these bright yellow ones are my setup for Q2. I just want to make sure that I am aware that they are coming up. I can't believe that it's almost time to plan for Q2 of 2025. I have changed up how I plan out my videos as well. Instead of trying to produce 5, I have just realized that 5 is just too much to consistently put out. And anytime I push to get 5 out one week, then the next week I only end up putting out 2 to 3. So I'd rather consistently put out 3 to 4 videos a week and be consistent about them. There are certain times of the month where there may be more than 4 videos, such as when I am planning out quarter 2 of 2025. There will probably be 5 videos that week, but in general, I will be planning 3 to 4 videos. I am also trying to put them out on regularly scheduled days instead of randomly putting them out. I've been pretty good about Sunday and Monday putting out my weekly decorating and weekly action plan videos, but the other videos were pretty random, so I am going to try to put out the other 2 videos on Thursday and Saturday. When I get all of my post-it notes written out, I will have a total of 21 videos that I would like to produce for the month of March. But I also know that spring break is in March. I have a girls' trip in March, and I will probably have to go to Cleveland to one of our data centers in March as well. So again, I am trying to be more consistent and get ahead of schedule so that I can continue to put out videos when I want to put them out. But I know that I need to be flexible and give myself some grace on those weeks where they don't necessarily go as planned. And I have been trying to spend more of the time on the weekend that I have available on home projects as well as making all the plans. I would really like to get my house in better shape, so that is part of where my time will be going instead of trying to push out that 5th video. I am pulling some post-it notes over that have been sitting in my planner for a couple of weeks of videos that I wanted to put out in February but did not get to them. I did end up putting out videos, I think all but 1 week when I wanted them to go out, but I put out different videos than I had originally planned. So I am moving a couple of those to March. So I'm just using those post-it notes again instead of rewriting them. I do use my HB90 notebook for work, personal, and home tasks. I do not use it for work because we have plenty of other planning tools at work that are already overwhelming because there's so many of them that if I were to take my work tasks and try to put them in here as well, it would just be too much for me to keep organized. In addition, my work tasks seem to change on a daily basis because of changing priorities. I do follow the HB90 system, so this Kanban board method is brought over from there. Although Sarah did not invent the Kanban board, she does use it a little bit differently than I've seen it used in other places, and I just really like the way she presents the Kanban board. There are digital tools if you're more digital. My favorite digital tool for a Kanban board is Trello. So if you want to go digital, you can try Trello out for free. But because I live most of my life online, I do really like to write these things out. There's just something about writing out my plans that makes them stick better in my brain. And I feel like my brain works on these tasks a little bit better just behind the scenes if I write them out versus if I just type them into a digital system. I do keep a content calendar digitally in Notion, so it's not like I don't have it digitally, so I can at least reference it no matter where I am, whether I'm on my phone or on a computer. It's always available to me, but the act of writing it out really does help me just think through everything a little bit better. And like I said, I feel like things just continue to process in the back of my brain better if I've written those tasks out. So, two more post-it notes to go. The last one that I will be writing out is my goal check-in. I like to check in at the beginning of each month to reflect over what I have completed over the last month so that it helps me plan for the future. Looking at my goals in general, I feel like the more I spend reviewing them, I'm not saying an inordinate amount of time. I'm just saying if I take the time to review my goals each month, I have a better understanding and a more realistic view of what I need to set my next goal for and how much work it will take to achieve that goal. And the more that I work the HB90 system, it just makes everything kind of sync up better. The first quarter that I laid out my goals, I completely underestimated what I should be aiming for. The second quarter, I overestimated by a ton. Now I'm feeling like I have a better understanding of where I should set those good, better, best milestones for each goal. So on the left side of this page are all the videos that I want to produce for March. Now on the right side of the page, I will go through all of those administrative tasks as well as my weekly reset comments and Instagram posts that I want to try to produce. My videos always take priority, but I am really trying to be a little bit better about Instagram. I am building that habit, trying to be a little bit more comfortable about producing those Instagram posts or reels or stories and being able to produce them more consistently. I do feel a little bit better about Instagram than I have in the past months. So I do like that I am building that confidence, but I also know that if I don't push myself to put some more out regularly, that confidence won't continue to grow. So it kind of goes hand in hand. I don't want to do it because I'm lacking the confidence, but if I don't do it, then I won't gain the confidence. So I'm really trying to push myself there, but it is a struggle and you can only put so much energy into so many different things. So I'm trying to balance that across all the areas of my life. So we'll see how March goes in terms of Instagram posts. I'm also writing a weekly reset each week. And my goal across the board for work, home, my personal life, making all the plans is to cement those routines and resets into my daily and weekly life. I have been building those routines in January and February and tweaking them and massaging them and making sure that they are what I want them to be. But now in March, it's time to solidify those routines and resets so that I can just start using them instead of overthinking every little step that I take in the morning, in the afternoon, when I close out my business day on Friday. I really just want those built in and ready to go instead of me having to think through every step of every routine and reset. And then part of a quarterly review would just be reviewing those routines and resets so that I'm not looking at them every time that I do them and trying to tweak them. I will just use them for a full quarter and then tweak if I need to. Hopefully that makes sense. Also, I know that my work hours will be changing a little bit, so taking that into consideration as I am trying to finalize these would be a good idea. But I will say that I could plan and replan my routines and resets until I'm blue in the face because I just like to plan things that much. But if I'm not putting those routines and resets into place, I'm losing out on the benefits. Some of the benefits of setting up routines and resets include reducing stress and anxiety, having control over your day, or increasing productivity. And of course, there are plenty of other benefits to setting up routines and resets, but I'm ready to get to the benefit section of that and end the planning portion of this setting up of routines and resets. I do want to mention for anyone who is new to my monthly or quarterly setups, that I do use the HB90 method or the HB90 system, and it's by Sarah Cannon. And she encourages you to tweak the system to make it work best for you. But I will say that a lot of HB90 users do write out 3 months worth of tasks at a time. I like to focus on 1 month at a time because looking at all the post-it notes for 3 months was a little overwhelming for me. And I also tend to move my videos around. And then I was rewriting post-it notes and getting confused. So 1 month at a time was working well for me on my making all the plans tasks. My home tasks and my personal tasks, they tend to vary between quarterly and monthly tasks. I kind of go back and forth, and I don't think I've found the best solution yet. So I'm still working through that. I also have transitioned from a vertical weekly planner into the vertical HB90 planner into my own made up planner, and now I am moved back into the weekly vertical planner. And I'm just trying to make that simple planner work for me because I have been spending so much time planning. I am trying to get back to actually getting some of those tasks completed instead of spending so much time planning. So I'm trying to limit the amount of time that I actually spend planning so that I can actually get those tasks done. My current process has been decorating my weekly planner, planning out my weekly action plan, and then on a daily basis, when I need a little bit more space and a little more thought process, I pull out my Hobonichi cousin and write out my day there. So now that I have my admin tasks written out and all of my other weekly tasks, such as comments, Instagram, and my weekly reset, I can move on to looking at my home and personal tasks. And when you flip to those pages, it does not look like I have much left to do, but I do still have a few things that are living in my planner that I have been working through. So at the top are all of my resets, then the basement remodel that we're working on, and then a little bit of tracking that I have been doing. But like I mentioned, I am trying to get all of these submitted by the end of March so that I am actually using those routines and resets and not just thinking about them. So here is my plan for the month. I hope that everybody has a great end of their February and a great productive start to your March. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.